Let's dive in. We are watching the most rejected summoned beast become a legend. I call it out, totally thrilled, hugging and kissing it like crazy. Seeing this, my classmates start laughing hard, calling me the absolute biggest fool alive. And Mr. Wells, who always believed in me, now angrily yells that I completely wasted all his elite training. I just smile quietly, turn away, and sell absolutely everything I own. I trade it all for 10,000 pounds of beast meat to feed my puppy, awakening the epic hidden talent buried inside. I gently pet its little head, and a magical contract notification chimes in my mind. Absolute loyalty, never betray, start soul bond. I boldly click yes. Suddenly, my entire spirit feels incredibly overwhelmed. I shout out loud and drop to the floor. The classmates watching think I cannot handle the pressure, so they pile on with endless jokes. My girlfriend Willow, the campus star, walks right over with a slight apology, whispering, "The college trial is the one real chance for everyday families like ours to finally climb to the top. Liam, the champion knight, just agreed to team up with me, so we are done." I just casually stand up and reply, "Hey, no problem at all." Hearing my totally unbothered, simple answer, all the long excuses she prepared just freeze completely in her throat. Feeling totally brushed off and unimportant, her pride really stings. She just huffs coldly, turning around and strutting away without even looking back once. The girls next to her glare at me, completely annoyed. He is just acting tough. Willow, you did absolutely nothing wrong here. Why feel bad? That scruffy, tiny little puppy of his perfectly matches him. Now watch closely. I completely ignore them, because after our bond finishes, I realize my little guy awakened an insane triple S tier talent. Pure, absolute endless gluttony. It magically turns any snack it gobbles up into pure, limitless, glowing energy, growing forever, effortlessly breaking every single barrier to evolve. So my hard struggles totally paid off. In all of Great Sure, people with triple S talents can fit on just one hand. Whenever a new one pops up, the entire nation goes on high alert, assigning elite guards because their potential power is just completely unbelievable. I scoop up my cute puppy, hugging him tight. From today on, your name is Shadow. We are going to achieve greatness. Shadow happily licks his paws, looking wonderfully delighted. I toss him a tasty snack, and he gobbles it down instantly. System alert. Standard quality snack, fully consumed. Evolution points plus 0.5. Following the chime, Shadow actually grows a tiny bit bigger, and every single base stat goes up 1 point. That upgrade came from just one plain bite. If he eats a mountain, how unbelievably powerful will he become? Thinking about that, my heart races with excitement. But what amazes me even more, my personal strength leveled up too. Wow, this broken ability literally shares my pet's growing energy directly with me. I immediately drop 6 million on 10,000 pounds of super mutant meat. Then I happily summon Shadow, who stares at the gigantic, towering mountain of tasty snacks. Shadow feels a massive, unstoppable craving bursting from within, opens his mouth wide and dives right in, happily converting every single bite. Are you seeing this? Endless energy floods his body with every bite, growing visibly larger instantly. Meanwhile, I can totally feel my own muscles powering up right alongside him. 30 minutes later, Shadow shoots past 2 meters tall. Plus, my personal stats jumped by 10 whole points, easily making me the strongest kid in any class around. Shadow's absolutely broken growth speed helps me catch up to everyone super fast. With that exciting thought, I do not hesitate at all. I boldly smash that system evolve button. The second I click confirm, the incredible epic core inside Shadow vibrates fiercely, and pure magical evolutionary energy explodes. Cells divide, genes upgrade, and life leaps up a tier. System alert. Congratulations. Your awesome Shadow just unlocked the rending skill. Huge congratulations. Your amazing Shadow has awakened another epic talent. Titan mode triples his size, boosting power and armor by 300%, trading 50% speed. After evolving, Every single stat shadow has just rocketed past 50 points. And he is only level 1. Elite summons cannot even compete. Experts rank these beasts into 4 tiers: basic, mid, advanced, and elite. It is all based on talent. S rank is advanced. SS is elite. As for pets boasting a triple S tier, absolutely zero have ever existed in Great Seer. I bring Shadow home to sleep, totally hyped to dominate whatever challenges appear at tomorrow's Academy trials. The following morning, countless hopeful students pack the Grand Plaza, while Mr. Wells carefully explains all the rules for entering the epic dungeon. This year's exam mixes rivals from multiple elite schools, pushing the tension to the absolute max. Even Liam, the guy usually full of swagger, is now sweating out of pure nervousness. Ethan, are you seriously still trying? Just quit now. Save yourself from total embarrassment. Aaron smirks at me and says, hey, if you never actually compete, you can always pretend you never lost. Beside him stands Willow. Teammates, obviously, but trust me, you and I know they are entirely doomed. The bell rings. 4 massive bronze gates swing open at once, and a freezing, eerie mist spills right out from the cracks. Let's dive in. The students quickly check their assigned dungeons, already feeling totally doomed. Cloud Haven 2nd gets Bone Burial Forest, a zone famous for failing students. But honestly, all dungeons are super tough. Why even brag? Naturally, 3rd High is absolutely thrilled. They scored the easiest zone. Hearing the chatter, Mr. Wells quickly spins around to face his class. Bone Burial Forest has tricky terrain and crazy thick bushes. You absolutely must stay on high alert for sudden ambushes. Keep your eyes wide open. Then, Mr. Wells holds up a gadget that looks exactly like a normal wristwatch. This cool little recorder was built by our engineers. It instantly sends your trial scores from inside the dungeon right back to us. The second bell chimes loudly. The college trial has officially begun. A stunning girl rocking bright white armor and flowing ice blue hair confidently steps into the dungeon first. That is Crystal from 3rd High. She is running it solo. Bigger teams mean huge point penalties, so anyone with actual top-tier skills is taking this challenge on alone. The younger students watching from the plaza are buzzing with pure hype. With a quick thought, I link to the dungeon, and bright white light wraps around me. I'm going solo too. Once everyone is in, a level 20 teacher waves his hand, and 4 giant water screens instantly light up. But wait, a sudden flash. A student from Cloud Haven 2nd has already given up and quit the zone. The Cloud Haven 2nd teachers share an awkward look. They all drop their heads in utter silence, feeling the totally mocking stares. Principal Mason looks super frustrated. He glares at the water screen without saying a single word. Then, right on the shifting screen, our lone guy appears. He is carefully scanning the incredibly thick forest around him. Principal Mason is absolutely stunned and speaks up fast. Did Cloud Haven 2nd really awaken a student this incredibly gifted just yesterday? Hearing this, Mr. Wells is totally speechless. He knows for a fact that I am just a completely average summoner. Meanwhile, back inside the dungeon, the dizzy feeling fades. I snap to attention and quickly check my surroundings. Watch closely, things get wild here. A loud thud echoes. Instantly, I summon a massive magic staff right into my hand. A massive, dark green worm drops from the trees. Its huge head splits wide open, showing off rows of absolutely terrifying fangs. I grip my staff tightly. Boom! A blinding flash of white energy blasts from the tip, striking straight through the giant worm. Split cleanly in two, it crashes down hard like a broken toy. System alert. You have successfully defeated a venom toothworm. 5 experience points gained. Right then, the gadget on my wrist flashes brightly. Score goes up by 15. Outside, the crowd is mind blown. Wait, isn't he a summoner? Those reflexes and speed. Only an agility expert should move like that. Mr. Wells is just as shocked. Sure, he saw me ace combat practice before, but nothing even close to this level of awesome. With the worm handled, I push much deeper into the dark forest. Eerie! Shrieks echo out. Short, incredibly ugly creatures with green skin suddenly surround me. I know exactly what these are. Nasty goblins. Textbooks say they are super aggressive and even attack each other when hungry. I quickly scan the area. There are easily 50 or 60. You and I both know those odds are awful. So, I instantly focus and summon my partner, Shadow. Bright white light erupts. A deep, haunting wolf howl echoes right through the forest. Shadow's intense eyes lock onto the charging goblins. Fangs bared, his powerful legs explode with pure energy, launching him forward like a massive cannonball. The lead goblin is blasted away instantly, flying backward with crazy force. The goblins on the side shriek, swinging their weapons down with everything they have. Their jagged bone weapons slam right into Shadow's tough back, instantly snapping in half with a loud crack. Shadow swipes a heavy paw at another goblin, completely knocking it out of the fight. Shadow drops all defense and plows through the entire group like they are made of paper. Even these foolish goblins feel absolute terror. They drop their weapons and scatter in pure panic. You started this, so nobody is leaving. I send Shadow after the runners while I charge the closest goblin. Seeing this epic display, the crowd outside absolutely loses their minds. Cloudhaven second. Has a guy this overpowered? Forget the wolf. How is he fighting like that himself? He has to be cheating. In the Cloudhaven second viewing section, the freshmen and sophomores are literally jumping with pure excitement. Just 10 minutes ago, when everyone saw me hit the goblin camp, they all completely assumed I was getting kicked out. But now, I'm clearing a massive goblin horde with just one epic beast. Watching this amazing turnaround, Principal Mason lights up with joy. Reaching this level so incredibly fast means a B-grade talent, at the very least. His future potential easily rivals any high-tier summoner out there. Is Cloudhaven second finally producing a true superstar who can carry our entire school? He quickly spins around. So what do we make of this? The gadget shows 560 points. Ethan ranks first in Cloudhaven, second, but Crystal from third high is on another level entirely. 830, leaving everyone else in the dust. Hearing this, Principal Mason and the teachers all gasped in pure shock. Let's dive in together under 20 minutes in. And we are already looking at a potential top score here. Back inside the zone, glowing orbs float up from the fallen goblins, absorbing directly into me. Level 2 reached, Spirit, boosted by 5 points. Honestly, that is the biggest flaw of an ordinary class. Even with constant leveling, that power gap just turns into a massive canyon later on. Good thing I can completely close it with the energy Shadow feeds back to me. My score just passed the qualifying mark, so getting into the academy is guaranteed. But trust me, my actual goal is way bigger. Right now, Shadow is busy devouring the fallen monsters. Time to move, Shadow. The epic hunt starts now. Goblins always travel in packs. If a raiding party was here, plenty more have to be close. 10 minutes go by without a single monster in sight, totally proving my theory. People call this place a dungeon, but honestly, it is basically a completely separate pocket dimension. Nothing in here magically responds. It actually follows natural laws, exactly like the real world. Watch closely now. Suddenly, bone spears shoot out of nowhere, and a massive goblin horde swarms from every direction, screaming with weapons held high. But I do not even flinch. I instantly swap my staff into its sword form and take down a screaming goblin in one single strike. Completely locked in, I easily slice right through these weak little monsters. Every single dodge and flawless blade swing connects perfectly, taking them out. Right now, I am basically dancing like a butterfly, armed with the ultimate scythe of the Reaper. This entire battle looks graceful. It practically looks like art, making the crowd outside go absolutely wild. Over at Cloudhaven second, every single teacher and student is just beaming with pure joy. His fighting skills are honestly unreal. He definitely trained incredibly hard for this. And his swordplay? Even more impressive. Every single slash hits the exact weak point flawlessly, never missing a millimeter. At this point, nobody is watching anyone else. Every single eye is glued to my screen. Meanwhile, Mr. Wells just stands there twitching. In all 3 years of high school, he never once saw me use a sword in training. I clearly kept my skills way too hidden, which spells serious trouble. Look, those are level 6 berserker goblins, with 13 still standing. Ethan is in trouble. Wait, fire and frost goblins are showing up too. Raiding a monster nest completely solo is incredibly dangerous. Naturally, every teacher out there is gripping their seats. As the elite reinforcements show up, the basic monsters regain their confidence and finally stop attacking randomly. The fire goblins begin chanting, and massive flaming orbs materialize, blasting toward me all at once. I weave past fireball after fireball, giving a nearby goblin the perfect opening to leap right at me. I tilt my head back, just dodging a bone spear, grab that leaping goblin by the neck, and literally chuck him straight into an incoming blast of fire. A blinding explosion erupts, instantly engulfing the monster. I basically turn into a human cannon, tossing enemy after enemy like heavy artillery straight at the fire mages. I know what you are thinking, can he do that? Everyone outside is stunned, and Mr. Wells is just staring blankly. He definitely never taught anyone that crazy tactic. By now, the fire goblins are completely dizzy and panicking. If they shoot, fire, they hit allies. If they hesitate, it is game over. After looping them in total chaos, Shadow sneaks around back, taking them out one by one. Out of over 100 monsters, just a terrified few are left standing, and they immediately run for it. This time, I skip finishing them off. I just casually trail behind them, planning to wipe out their main lair, chasing the survivors deep into a dark cave. Several creepy green monsters suddenly ambush us from the ceiling above. My grip tightens instantly, and I swing my sword with absolute precision in one direction. Sliced clean through, the monsters crash to the floor, while the remaining two get snagged in Shadow's massive jaws. One loud crunch, and my beast happily swallows them whole. Suddenly, a massive swarm of flickering torches appears right around the dark corner. My expression drops instantly, and I quickly jump back. Hideous monsters completely cover the cave walls. Looking serious, I yell, "Shadow!" Instantly, beast size explodes at unbelievable speed. Titan form. It charges forward, knocking monsters right out of the air. The ambushing goblins get tossed around like toys, completely flattened by a single massive paw strike. Right on cue, an earth-shattering, beastly roar echoes out. A giant monster steps out, rocking thick fur and huge muscles. Standing tall as a building, it glares down at Shadow with pure rage. I tense up. It is the boss. The troll steps forward and charges, basically shaking the entire cave with every heavy footfall. Shadow shows absolutely zero fear, charging straight ahead. Dark energy coats its massive claws, slashing the troll first and carving 4 heavy marks. Feeling the sting, the boss completely loses its mind in anger. Giant hands grab Shadow right by the head, slamming my beast onto the ground. Shadow's legs give out, taking heavy damage, and lets out a really loud, painful howl. Trust me, watch this finish. I instantly activate my class skill, boosting base stats by 20%. Stick with me here. Threads of white light wrap around Shadow, instantly slamming the troll down, tearing off a huge chunk in one bite. The troll's eyes flash crimson red as it activates its Furious Frenzy skill. The two tangle in an epic brawl, growing wilder by the second. I keep Empower active while casting Restore. The noise echoes for hundreds of meters. Who's crazy enough to solo this? A 3-person team rushes over, hoping to help and steal some glory. But when they arrive, they freeze completely. No squad is fighting, just me alone. Right then, gripping my sword, I deliver the final strike, and the giant troll's HP bar completely vanishes to 0. None of the nearby students dare to interfere. Liam and Willow stand among them, both staring forward in pure shock. He reached this level in just 1 day. Then another 4-person team walks up. It's Ryan, the honor student. Didn't expect our school had an absolute beast like you. Your summon looks badly hurt. Want us to heal it? We have a serious holy mage. The moment he finishes, Ryan gets lightly kicked by the cute girl behind him. We're good, thanks. Walking away, they spot the massive score on my wrist. 5 to 320. Wow. Right then, Willow steps up, her cheeks completely flushed. Now watch closely. Shadow's glowing crimson pupils lock coldly onto her. Willow feels like she just plunged into a freezing pit, legs going totally weak. I don't even turn to look at her, afraid I might fall right into her trap. I head back inside the cave, letting Shadow keep feeding to grow even stronger. Once Shadow finishes off every single monster, an energy cocoon appears. This evolution clearly outclasses the last Beast King stage. I seriously wonder what kind of epic combat power it'll have once it emerges. Before long, a pair of razor-sharp claws tears it open. Shadow's fur is now deep blue, ignoble, and incredibly cold. It gains new skills, Intimidate, and Flame. Even its talent rises a whole tier, a total transformation across the board. With 1 hour left in the college trial, I ride Shadow to hunt other major monster bases. 10 minutes later, Shadow and I arrive at another boss territory, the level 15 Twisted Tree King. Watching me approach it, Principal Mason outside frowns deeply. He knows the Twisted Tree King's health and attack are double the trolls. And I am only level 4. To pull off a massive power gap like that is 1 in a million across the country. Inside the gloomy dungeon, the moment I step onto muddy ground, trees with glowing crimson eyes open massive mouths, uprooting themselves as their sharp branches aggressively stab right at me. I know what you're thinking, but I show zero fear. Charging forward, I draw my staff, blade. In a blink, I swing 5 times, leaving wild afterimages, and those branches hit the ground completely severed. My gaze turns icy cold. In 3 quick strides, I close in on the treant, thrusting my sharp blade straight into its mouth. Sap floods out of the gaping wound, and the treant's HP bar vanishes to 0. It crashes to the dirt. Seeing their fallen kin, the surrounding treants angrily snarl and approach. Just then, Shadow roars with absolute fury, ripping the nearest treant apart with 1 swipe. Then pitch black flames erupt from inside it, spreading across its entire body and leaping to the other treants. The monsters shriek and writhe in terror, but no matter how hard they struggle, they just cannot extinguish those black flames. Flames that burn by totally devouring their life force. I am stunned myself. Shadow's flame attribute is just absolutely insane. Soon, the treants are reduced to pure ash in the black inferno. The dark flames return to Shadow's body. The intense flames basically let Shadow skip the eating step and absorb energy directly. In no time flat, Shadow and I both gain a level. My score shooting to 7,120. Suddenly, the ground bursts. Arm-thick golden branches lash out to strangle us. A furious, ferocious roar echoes from the distance. Hundreds of treants escort a massive 100-meter-tall tree king, emerging slowly. I quietly take a step back, even with all my base stats now over 50 points. Going up against that monster would probably wipe me out. I know my own limits. Shadow, go take them down. Stronger enemies always get handed off to the summon. Shadow's eyes flash with savage light. Pitch. Black flames ignite across its body as it charges in its strongest form straight at the tree king in the center. Those dark flames eagerly devour absolutely everything in their path. Treants scream in agony. I seize the moment to move right in and harvest, watching them fall one by one. The Twisted Tree King lets out a long bellow, and countless golden branches shoot at Shadow. Shadow ignores defense completely and charges madly at the Tree King's main body. Shadow's razor-sharp claws glow with black light, slashing down ferociously and ripping bark off the Tree King. The Tree King's face contorts with total rage, every branch violently stabbing at Shadow from everywhere. But Shadow relies on raw body defense, fearlessly trading wound for wound. And that's where we leave it. The black flames slowly creep upward, the Tree King's eyes filling with absolute terror as its life gets eaten away. Stick with me, you're about to watch a monster king panic. But Shadow just roars. Pitch black flames wrap around the boss like massive chains, locking it completely in place as the brutal attacks get even more intense. Ryan and his 3 friends rush in to help, but they just freeze in pure shock. A level 15, second-tier giant boss is getting totally crushed right before their eyes. Honestly, seeing them surprises me too. Suddenly, a massive crashing sound echoes out. The giant tree goes down. Bright light surrounds me, bumping my level up to 8, while my score skyrockets by another 3,000 points. You guys can take the remaining minions. Grabbing these points is honestly way too easy. Sasha just stands there, her mouth totally hanging open. In barely 10 minutes, their scores have already crossed the passing line for a top-tier elite academy. Before, they had to fight with absolutely everything they had. But Ethan's shadowy pet is just completely overpowered. No matter how many minions they smash, none of the creatures even dare to fight back. Meanwhile, all those dark flames finally absorb right back into Shadow's massive frame. Even in its basic form, Shadow is now 7 meters tall. My base stats just smashed past 70 points, and my level finally reached 10. Time for my first class upgrade. The academy trial is finally complete. The system forcefully teleports everyone out. Flashes of light drop the students back into the massive plaza, greeted by absolutely roaring cheers. Meanwhile, my giant shadow crouches right beside me. He actually pulled it off. Taking first place makes Principal Mason and the teachers absolutely thrilled. It is totally insane. He is ridiculously strong, and seeing a summoner wipe out that many beasts is honestly completely unheard of. Wells, you snagged an absolute prodigy of a student. Let's go meet Ethan right now. Principal Mason is beyond hyped and literally drags them over. Now watch closely. Over on the opposite side, Willow looks incredibly pale and full of absolute regret. She bailed on the trial an hour early and got eliminated. Now, her low score won't even get her into a decent academy. Thinking about that, her eyes absolutely burn with jealousy. Meanwhile, Crystal is completely surrounded by her own teachers and principal, all sighing in disbelief together. Cloudhaven's second got insanely lucky, discovering an absolute monster prodigy like him. Yep, exactly. Crystal, do not be sad. Your 19,000 score is awesome. I am fine, she says, glancing thoughtfully over toward Cloudhaven's direction. Suddenly, the massive regional leaderboard updates. Without a single doubt, I am ranked first. Shadow is an absolute freak of nature. Its growth potential has zero limits, and its combat strength just keeps multiplying like crazy with every single evolution. I am already super hyped for my next amazing summon. Back home, I share the awesome news with Mom and Lily, while 1 million Haxia coins for placing first instantly drops right into my account. No more struggling for my family. I immediately head up to my room to gear up for the class advancement, which means I have to clear a totally random dungeon. Staring at the system panel, I do not hesitate at all. I tap confirm and instantly vanish. System alert. Coordinates 0 to 86 to 9-4. This is a shattered, broken world on the absolute brink of destruction, where humanity's final spark is fading out completely. Will you bring hope or ruin? System alert chimes. Optional Quest 1. Destroy 1,000 calamity monsters and protect the remaining survivors. Optional Quest 2. Help the Mother Calamity consume everything to evolve. Total players, 10. Time limit, 24 hours. You cannot freely return to Blue Star. System notification repeating. Quest 1. Destroy 1,000 calamity monsters. Defend any survivors you find. Quest 2. Help the Mother Calamity evolve. 10 total players. 24 hours remaining. No going back to Blue Star. Without any warning, I suddenly spawn right into a totally ruined wasteland. I pick Quest 1 instantly. Let's be real here. If the main boss eats everything, what is my shadow supposed to snack on? Suddenly, someone comes crashing right through a nearby glass doorway. A massive shower of sharp shards rains down as a tiny girl hits the hard ground. A terrifying, crimson-colored crawling calamity monster completely erupts from the dark hallway, lunging right at her. The girl struggles desperately to grab the long sword beside her, but she is just too slow. Pure panic completely floods her chest, and she instinctively throws her hands up. But right then, a blinding flash of brilliant sword light slices through. The creeping calamity monster gets totally decapitated. Its lifeless body completely loses balance and slams into the ground. Hey, I am Ethan. I am Robin. I almost ask her about this world, when a sharp voice suddenly screams out, "Something is totally wrong. Everyone pull back." Robin's expression shifts instantly, quickly grabbing my arm to escape. Instantly, a literal car comes flying straight toward us from out of nowhere. I yank Robin hard behind me, firmly bracing my heavy staff in front to take the massive impact, completely head on. The insane force sends me skidding backward over 10 meters before finally stopping. Robin looks totally panicked and rushes over, completely ignoring her injuries. "Are you okay?" Pushing down the heavy ache in my chest, I simply shake my head. A two-legged spiky beast appears. "Trust me, you and I are in for an insane boss fight. Let's dive in." A terrifying blade demon appears, and Robin grips her sword, completely certain they cannot escape. The demon accelerates. In a flash, the ground shatters beneath its heavy steps as it lunges straight forward. But before Robin can blink, a lightning-fast figure intercepts the monster head-on. I draw my blade, clashing against the demon's razor-sharp arm with an epic metallic ring. The creature screeches in pure rage, wildly swinging its other massive blade right at my head. I knock it back with insane force, yelling, "Robin, toss me your sword." Without missing a single beat, she grabs the hilt and throws it. The demon totally takes the bait, wildly charging at me with both blade arms spinning. But I am not scared at all. A sword in one hand, blade in the other. In mere seconds, we trade dozens of insanely fast strikes, leaving literal afterimages. Finally, after 1,000 wild clashes, I spot the perfect opening. I barely tilt my head, dodging a massive swipe, then instantly launch my longsword upward in a flash. The razor edge cleanly slices off the demon's arm. Before it even realizes, I powerfully thrust my blade straight through its tough chest, completely piercing out the other side. Robin rubs her sore arm and slowly walks over. "You are not from around here?" I just give her a confident smile, ignoring the question. Time to go. The karmic miasma is here. This toxic miasma has raged for a whole month. Tons of people simply could not endure it. Watch closely here. People lost their minds, turning into fierce monsters. But now, even the massive buildings, mountains, and rivers are totally mutating around them. Humanity is completely clueless on how to survive. Hearing all this gives me a solid grasp of things. Suddenly, a panicked dozen-person group sprints around the corner. "Robin, what on earth are you still doing hanging around here? Start running now," the tall woman leading them yells. Immediately, the ground starts shaking violently. An enormous wave charges right at us. Crimson miasma floods the sky, and terrifying roars echo from every direction. Calamity beasts swarm the surrounding rooftops. Fierce eyes lock onto our group. In seconds, a glowing crimson wall forms, completely trapping everyone in a tight circle. Their legs totally freeze up, pure despair instantly overwhelming their deeply terrified, sinking hearts. Everyone gulps nervously. "Robin, stay close," Luna orders, totally assuming I belong to some other random survivor group. I just ignore her, casually strolling straight ahead. "Wait, what are you doing? We are trapped. Stop trying to play the hero." No, I am the one trapping them. Taking out all these beasts will make my combat rating absolutely skyrocket. Shadow. In an epic blast of bright white light, my 7-meter shadow appears, roaring loud enough to shake the sky. Shadow's vertical pupils coldly glare at the massive wave of calamity beasts. Then, it transforms into Titan mode, growing to 28 meters, taller than buildings. Shadow slams down, completely shattering the earth into a million tiny cracks. Like a homing missile, it blasts right into the monster horde. You feel that hype, right? The intense heat instantly vaporizes every single beast into pure energy. And honestly, Everyone watching from behind is completely frozen in shock. Heads up. Suddenly, a dozen fierce calamity beasts aggressively charge right toward us. Luna urgently screams a warning, stepping back to help, but then she completely freezes. She notices I am not running away, I am charging straight forward. A sword in one hand, blade in the other. I slice through them like absolute butter. In an instant, the attacking beasts are wiped out. Luna's jaw drops. I do not have a single visible mutation sign. I should logically be weak. Then Luna suddenly remembers something. 6 months ago, scavenging for supplies, she met mysterious people exactly like me. Unmutated, yet totally overpowered. Those jerks ruined survivor bases, tossed innocent people to the monsters to be eliminated, and brutally broke the legs of anyone trying to escape. Absolute subhuman trash. And they actually dared to claim we were the same. Luna literally never forgot that deeply traumatic, hateful line. Ethan is nothing like them. He saved me twice. Robin defends me. Sensing Luna's dark thoughts. Doesn't matter. Stay far away from him. He is drawing the monster's attention. We are going to escape while we can. Luna breathes deeply, pure anger flashing in her eyes. But just as they try inching away, a massive lightning bolt explosively crashes right down. Nobody gets past here. A mysterious, golden-haired young guy holding a glowing book steps out the building. As the blonde mage violently chants, glowing lightning spheres materialize everywhere. Instantly, my whole expression darkens. I sharply swing my long sword, and a hidden dagger loudly blocks it. A stunningly gorgeous woman gracefully appears right before my eyes. Without hesitating, I instantly slash at her waist, but she magically teleports dozens of meters away, staying completely silent. I plant my feet firmly and aggressively dash toward her. Are you going to attack? Epic flames erupt. We violently collide, sparks flying everywhere. The burly fire user simply clicks his tongue. And you and I will have to pause this wild ride here. Stick with me here. He asks if I am a summoner. I just coldly block his scorching flames and knock him right back. Faction players in Rebirth dungeons normally cannot eliminate each other. Break that rule and you are wanted, unless the dungeon explicitly divides those factions. I seriously never expected anyone to actually pick task 1. Does Great Gia not teach you how to maximize your survival inside a Rebirth dungeon? The Calamity Beasts clearly hold the advantage here. Anyone with half a brain knows what to choose. Watching all 6 of them treat me like completely trapped prey, I just stare back calmly. Have you guys ever heard the saying? The best hunters always look like prey. I drew you out in broad daylight. Do you really think I came unprepared? You all talk such a big game just now. As payback, let me send you off. I slowly start to smile. The main course is finally served. Time for Shadow to feast. A savage roar echoes in every direction. Pitch black flames spread across hundreds of meters, perfectly framing the giant black wolf. In an instant, it grows another 8 times larger, looking absolutely wild, savage, and terrifying. Absolute panic shoots right through their souls as they watch the massive black wolf charging straight at them. Watch closely now. Pure icy dread surges from their feet straight up to their heads. Absolute fear is completely shattering their minds. Right before Shadow brings its massive claws down, 3 of them break through the panic and scatter frantically in every single direction. The unlucky last guy cannot even scream. Shadow completely tears him apart in a flash. Seeing this absolute madness, the rest break into a cold sweat. They assumed stalling the summon was enough, but his own combat power matches theirs perfectly. Plus, this giant beast is brutally tough, absolutely devastating, and packs serious crowd control. Forget just holding it off. Simply surviving 3 minutes against it looks incredibly tough. Shadow charges at the next closest target. The blonde mage grits his teeth, frantically chanting in some ancient arcane tongue. Wild lightning weaves together, forming half-meter thick chains wrapping around Shadow's limbs and neck. Take it down now. I can only hold it for 10 seconds. Before he even finishes, Shadow flexes its right claw, completely shattering the lightning chains. How is this even possible? That is my tier 1 talent. The blonde mage stares in shock. After I cast Empower, Shadow's strength climbs another huge notch. Seeing this madness, nobody dares to hold back. They unleash their ultimate trump cards. The cyan woman splits into multiple shadows, striking from different angles. Suddenly, ice spikes form above her head, raining down and forcing her back step by step. A girl with icy, flowing hair walks gracefully forward, pure frost spreading across the ground all around her. You see this, right? Every single beast gets frozen solid. I will hold him off. The burly fire user surges forward inside an inferno. The other three strike at the exact same time, trying to end me in seconds. But just then a massive roar rings out. Listen up, punks, my taunt is active. Instantly, all three of them turn around, glaring viciously at the big tank with the shield. Then the giant black wolf appears behind the trio, who lost their minds. The next second, claws completely tear through them. Three become 4 pieces. Then Shadow turns, slamming its massive claws into a nearby building, blasting countless stone shards right at the woman in cyan. The sharp stone shards pierce right through her. Shadow catches up in a flash, raises its massive claws, and brings them crashing down. Pitch. Black flames swallow her body completely. Meanwhile, on the other side, a massive ice storm suddenly explodes. Wherever it passes, everything turns into ice statues. The burly fire user becomes a frozen icicle on the spot. Now of the 7 prey, only one remains. Facing pure, intense pressure, the blonde mage goes completely pale. In desperation, he fires off a massive wave of falling lightning bolts. I dodge everything with a few quick movements. Then, with one swift swing of my long sword, the blonde mage is completely taken down. Have you heard of the Mother Calamity? It is a being emerging from countless beasts, actually gaining its very own consciousness. You are hunting the Mother Calamity. Defeating it is the absolute only way to get the highest rating, and the only thing bringing a sliver of salvation to this world. We meet again, Ethan. Holy crap, dude. You are the Eastern Sky Province valedictorian. No wonder you are so unbelievably strong. Before I can even answer, the big tank speaks up in shock. We chat and get comfortable. Learning the big tank's name is Roland. I tell them I plan to defeat the Mother Calamity, and they do not even hesitate for a second before agreeing. The 3 of us immediately set out straight for the city center. Soon we reach a bridge, and calamity beasts with glowing red eyes pour toward us in an absolute frenzy. Here is what stays with me. Shadow crashes into the horde, flooding the road, and pitch black flames erupt wildly. My face hardens. The Mother Calamity finally notices us. Crystal's eyes glow ice blue, like a cold, totally indifferent goddess. Stick with me, we are diving into absolute madness. Sharp ice spikes form, and Crystal blasts them straight at the incoming monster wave. Countless beasts get pierced, dropping row by row like dominoes. But honestly, way more. Just keep flooding in. Every single monster in the city converges right here on this exact spot. I start feeling the heavy pressure rising. Tens, maybe hundreds of millions of monsters roam this entire city. Even going all out, we will never defeat every single one. So I shout out, take down the leader. Shadow, go and destroy that huge Mother Calamity. Hearing my command, Shadow immediately turns and charges across the bridge. Over there waits the dangerous Mother Calamity presence. But the moment Shadow reaches the opposite side of the bridge, a 15-meter dark red tentacle bursts from the heavy mist and violently slams it. Multiple buildings completely collapse as Shadow gets knocked through them, stopping over 20 meters away. Shadow roars, shaking off the heavy dust. Rising from the broken concrete rubble, its cold vertical pupils lock onto the Mother Calamity, a giant eyeball over 60 meters wide, covered in countless smaller eyes, glaring right back at Shadow. Pitch. Black flames suddenly erupt from Shadow, launching its fierce attack, body bursting forward. Now watch this part closely. Under Shadow's charge, buildings violently shake. The giant eyeball's countless eyes contract, and 15 dark red tentacles whip straight at Shadow. Shadow quickly dodges whatever it can during the onslaught. It aggressively slashes with claws glowing in dark light, sounding like scraping metal. Suddenly, one massive, dark red tentacle strikes Shadow hard, sending it flying backward again. All the ground it gained is instantly erased. Previously, Shadow relied on Titan form's overwhelming power and defense to crush close combat enemies. But against the giant eyeball's crazy tentacle strikes, none of it works. With a massive roar, those pitch-black flames explode freely. Blistering heat blasts outward. Shadow shoots forward, mana draining so fast, pushing for an all-or-nothing strike. I am incredibly tense. Through our soul connection, I can feel Shadow's energy dropping low. But suddenly, Crystal opens her bright ice-blue eyes. Frost annihilation. In one flash, countless massive monsters shatter into flying ice fragments. Seizing this opening, I make the tough call to intercept the Mother Calamity. Our only real chance is forcing Shadow's evolution. Soon, the three of us arrive at the city center. A huge roar echoes ahead. We run in, and you feel this too, right? Shadow is heavily injured, clinging to the ground, absolutely refusing to retreat, no matter how many brutal tentacles strike it down, stubbornly pushing forward. Seeing this heroic effort, I rush toward Shadow. Shadow, devour these beasts. I quickly cast, restore and empower together. A bright white light glows over Shadow, and its wild pupils tremble. With a fierce roar, it aggressively knocks back the red tentacles and charges the monster wave. Pitch. Black flames bloom like an epic lotus, spreading instantly. The giant eyeball senses huge trouble and immediately orders all the monsters to stay far away. But it is totally too late. Endless black flames carry devoured energy back into Shadow. Without any hesitation, I tap Evolve. A terrifying surge of pure black power erupts deep from within Shadow, bursting completely outward into a massive dark pillar, shooting straight into the sky. Shadow's powerful body instantly grows past 100 meters. System notification pops up. Congratulations! Your summoned Shadow has gained the Swift skill. Another notification hits. Congratulations, your awesome summon. Shadow gained talent Adamant Body. All stats increase by 60 points. I exhale in pure relief. A total upgrade. Shadow's vertical pupils lock right onto that eyeball. Its body completely transformed. The rigid wolf fur radiates a faint golden glow, looking truly divine and dominating. Reborn, completely new. That epic wolf fur gives off a shiny golden glow, looking incredibly divine and dominating. The giant eyeball completely shudders in fear. The instant that epic black power explodes, frozen completely still by the terrifying aura of devouring hunger. But endless rage quickly follows. It actually realizes it can devour and evolve too. It fully believes it should be the strongest. The thickest dark red tentacles whip out in unison, the air really booming with force. Shadow stands like a towering mountain moving. 15 dark red tentacles lash against it, making only the golden glow tremble. The pitch black flames finally fuse with gluttony, and Titan form erupts instantly. The pitch black flames form a 400-meter beast Shadow. A full kilometer-wide area instantly becomes an epic sea of black fire. Shadow charges right up to the giant eyeball. As its claws raise high, the massive beast's claws raise too. And trust me, we will never forget this. Condensed black flame. Claws slash down. Several giant eyes go totally blind, and an agonizing cry instantly tears out. Its tentacles whip wildly at Shadow, doing absolutely zero damage. The giant eyeball roars and rapidly absorbs karmic miasma into its own body. In one instant, its huge body bloats another full size. And those dark red tentacles start growing countless sharp barbs. Stick with me, you and I are watching a monster unleash its ultimate evolution power. But now, it has to use it early. Dark red tentacles completely trap Shadow from every side. They clash endlessly. The ground trembles beneath them, roars filling the sky. Hours later, only Shadow remains standing on the completely destroyed ruins. The giant monster countless eyes finally go dark. Its massive body slowly consumed by pitch black flames. Crystal and I both smile. We actually took down the Mother Calamity, plus thousands of smaller beasts. Our rating is going to be absolutely sky high. The next day, with a bright flash of light, the three of us vanish from the spot. Time is up. Performance settlement beginning. Total Calamity Beasts defeated. 8,560. Mother Calamity eliminated. Congratulations. Your rating is absolutely perfect. Class advanced to the rare, unique Summoner Swordsman. A completely new class born just for you. Congratulations on unlocking a brand new skill. Spell Sword Manifest. Skill effect. A blade existing between reality and illusion. It completely ignores physical defense, dealing direct mental damage instead. Looking at the system panel, I am honestly stunned. It bypasses armor and directly strikes the target's mind. Meaning, if the enemy has zero mental defense, they can be taken down in just a single instant. Now watch closely. This skill is genuinely terrifying. A blade covered in epic patterns appears right in my hand, and my mental energy drains completely forming it. I just shake my head and put the sword away. Looks like this move cannot be used as a simple trump card. Smiling faintly, I check my phone. After accepting friend requests from Roland and Crystal, I notice a message from Mr. Wells. Recruiters from the elite academies arrive at 2 p.m. today. You better get to the school. I think for a second. With nothing else going on, I head out immediately. Arriving at Cloud Haven Second High, Mr. Wells is already waiting at the gate. The moment he spots me, he rushes right over. You finally made it. All 5 elite academies sent recruiters to Cloud Haven today. This is absolutely unprecedented for Cloud Haven City. I quietly follow Mr. Wells to the office. He pulls a dragon-shaped soul ring from the drawer. This contains the academy's reward. Inside is the exact gear and skill book you need. My eyes totally light up. This is absolutely perfect timing. My old ordinary sword has survived way too many intense battles and is basically broken. I grab the soul ring and immediately send my consciousness straight inside. 2 distinct streams of information instantly pop up. The first is the Sky Power Staff Blade. In Sky Sword form, it gets an elite boost capable of slicing anything. In Sky Staff form, it gives a wisdom aura, constantly restoring mental energy while boosting any skill effect by 50%. The second is the Blink Step skill book, allowing the user to instantly cross any distance within 100 meters. Looking at this epic gear and skill, I am just thoroughly satisfied. Around 2 p.m., private vehicle stops at Cloud Haven Second High, and several sharp-looking professionals step out. Principal Mason looks super serious, stepping forward to greet them flawlessly. You and I know this is huge. Any elite academy teacher is a 5th-class professional minimum. Even the city mayor treats them with absolute respect. We reach the reception room. Mr. Finch lounges casually in his seat, asking in a light tone, "Where is Ethan?" The doors swing open, and I walk in alongside Mr. Wells. Finch instantly scans me from head to toe. Not bad. With looks like that, you definitely belong at Skygate Academy. Mr. Ferris, sitting right beside him, immediately gets annoyed. These rumors are terrible. Is Skygate seriously recruiting based on looks now? He turns to me, extending an offer. Ethan, pick as your Heaven Academy. You can pick any 3 core resources you want as an enrollment gift. Just 3? What is this? Some cheap charity? I think you are underestimating the Eastern Sky Province top scorer. Am I right about that, Ethan? She clearly looks down on you. Do not take that insult. Principal Mason and Mr. Wells stand absolutely frozen as the atmosphere turns tense. Whoever steps up to recruit gets attacked by the other 4. The situation rapidly spirals into chaos. Mr. Finch takes a deep breath, looks at me, and suddenly speaks. You are at 1st class advancement. You probably have not started summoning yet. If you join Skygate, I can apply directly on your behalf. Your Black Wolf has incredible growth talent. Ask for any resource, even my own daughter's hand in marriage. The other 4 fall completely silent. Despite their vast experience, that wild offer feels incredibly excessive. There are at least 10 students this year scoring over 20,000 points. If they spend too many resources on Ethan right now, they will definitely struggle competing for the others later. Deciding it just isn't worth it, the other 4 quietly give up. Everything else is fine, but skip the daughter. Mr. Finch's brow relaxes, thinking to himself, excellent. If you prefer someone more mature, I am also available. I want to correct him, but the words totally die on my lips. So, what do you think? Wild. Stick with me here. I choose Skygate Academy. Not because Mr. Finch looks cool, but his insane resource offer is simply too good to pass up. Opening day arrives in a flash. Skygate Academy in Midski City, the lively capital of Ninfold Province, gathers the absolute highest scoring national students. I happily pick a random dorm room. Inside, every facility is perfectly prepared. Suddenly, a custom device brightly chimes with a new message. Your rare summoning materials are approved. If you need any extra resources, just happily ask. I request the maximum allocation. After sending that, Mr. Finch casually leans back into his soft chair. Beside him, Miss Quinn looks totally puzzled. Those resources could easily recruit 4 top provincial scorers. Your gift far exceeds his value. Forgive my bluntness, Ethan simply does not match our generous offer. Mr. Finch just smiles. The freshman tournament is tomorrow. The truth will show. I cheerfully place my summoning materials down and reach into space. The powerful summoning art activates, filling my room with brilliant white light. Minutes later, an adorable silver creature appears. It is about 60 centimeters wide, happily fluttering 2 pairs of shiny wings. A beautiful silver moth. My mouth twitches. I quietly check its magical status panel. Summon silver moth. Level 10. Strength 1. Constitution 1. Agility 1. Magic 1. Total stats 4. Even weaker than a starting shadow. I shake my head. Now watch closely. This sets a record for the absolute weakest summon ever seen. But it does not matter. I will happily unlock your massive hidden potential. The cute silver moth slowly flutters over. I gently extend a finger. System notification. Inspection complete. Loyalty 100%. Initiate soul bond. I quickly confirm it. Dramatic energy surges deep within. System notification. Congratulations. Your summon awakened a unique triprade talent. Myriad form. It can magically take any shape, gaining amazing new abilities. Suddenly, the moth dissolves into bright silver light and magically reforms into a copy of me. In a dazed voice, it says, Master. After fun exploration, I fully grasp myriad form. I open the box. Inside are awesome battle armor pieces. I point at my silver moth, cheerfully sending my thoughts. It nods gently. It dissolves into silver light, wrapping around my arm. Instantly, the glorious silver battle armor slowly covers my entire body. I feel zero weight, as if this armor was always part of me. I am thoroughly satisfied. Myriad form also fuses with magical metals to boost hardness. Without question, like a hungry glutton, is an epic talent that grows stronger forever. I enthusiastically decide to start refining the moth right away. I quickly message Mr. Finch requesting metals with amazing special properties. Within 30 minutes, the awesome items arrive. They are all incredibly rare metals. Each is a precious resource. I cheerfully begin the fusion. The armor becomes incredibly hard. Even a top-tier professional would deeply struggle to break through. Can you believe this? The armor weighs 5 tons, but feels completely light. Hitting an enemy would feel like a mountain crashing down. I head to the living room. The 3 startled roommates look incredibly surprised. A guy steps forward. Hi, I am Felix, 2nd place in Xinyuan province. Do not say you got that via a lucky summon. Felix got a top score with an ordinary class. That is an impressive achievement. The cold-faced man speaks dismissively. He is Damon. Honestly, a powerful summon proves Ethan is totally special. Special? Just super lucky. At the freshman tournament, I will show you the massive gulf between true geniuses and merely lucky players. Fine. See you there. As the argument escalates, a loud voice suddenly spreads through the academy. All freshmen gather at Skillick Plaza. The freshman tournament got moved up by half a month. With wild mutant beasts outside, the academy plans to have us take on cleanup duty. Caleb says from the couch. Hearing this, I stay silent, remembering the rebirth dungeon. I never expected Bluest Star to face a crisis so soon. As I think this, Damon's arrogant voice echoes. You came exactly on time, Ethan. I will crush you, proving I deserve the top score. Looking at his arrogant face, I smile. Let us see who finishes on top. I will crush everyone. At Skygate Plaza, new students gather quickly. The headmaster sighs, thinking to himself. The top 100 must be sent outside to clear mutant beasts. Facing extreme danger, they grow fast. The secretary behind him nods, holding a tablet. The freshman tournament, originally scheduled half a month later, will be held in the massive rebirth dungeon Riftmaw Canyon. You and I must watch this. The tournament determines future allocation. After the announcement, the gate opens. Let's dive in. An intense monster aura sweeps the plaza, leaving people with weak legs and trembling lips out of pure fear. Roland anxiously scans the crowd. Soon enough, he locks eyes with me, the exact buddy he was looking for. The tall guy runs over with the cute, short-haired, gray-eyed girl. He told me he applied to Skygate too, but I thought he was just messing around. I genuinely did not expect him to show up. Hey, Ethan, meet my sister Rowan. Hello. I wave back awkwardly as she shyly hides behind her brother. Sighing helplessly, I just go ahead and send them a party invite. Watching me grab teammates and supposedly drag myself down. Cold-faced, Damon frowns and gives a harsh scoff. I ignore him as we totally vanish. Soon, everyone enters the dungeon, and the instructor waves his hand to cast a massive magical waterwood projection. Rift Canyon is a giant maze spanning hundreds of kilometers. Right as we step inside, roars echo out. Perfect chance to test my new power. With just one simple thought, the silver moth flashes into bright white light. Instantly, epic silver battle armor wraps around my whole body. I grip the empty air, and my sky power staff blade fully materializes. Now watch closely. I draw the silver saber, stomp the ground, and instantly teleport right in front of the raging monsters. Blink Step is a survival skill, but I use it for instant attacks. The sky sword swings, slicing through their bodies like they are made of butter. Without even slowing down, I turn into a fast blur. In one single flash, I slice straight through them all. The beasts drop before they can even blink, their eyes completely wide with shock. Roland yells out happily, Ethan, you are a total beast. Without lifting a finger, his experience skyrockets. That is the joy of getting carried. Outside the dungeon, the watching instructors are totally speechless. His speed and damage easily rival top melee fighters. Honestly, his base stats are just completely off the charts. Even for a second-class advancement, those stats are absolutely impossible. And this guy only just reached his very first class upgrade. Is that silver butterfly a rare second summon? It actually fuses directly with its master, boosting every single stat. A special summon that literally transforms into a weapon? I have never heard of anything like that before. Even veteran instructors are shocked. Right now, the next highest scorer only has 30% of his total point count. If that is it, his top scorer title means absolutely nothing. Come on, he is your future son-in-law. Why exactly do you want to embarrass him? Mr. Finch tries to reply, but suddenly gets a loud slap on the back of his head. He is totally speechless. Inside the dungeon, my silver battle armor is already drenched from endless, intense fighting. I easily one-shot these level 20 beasts. I must truly be at the peak of second-class advancement. I know what you're thinking, he's unstoppable, right? But suddenly, dark emotions flood his mind, trying to break his spirit and force him to surrender everything. Seeing me freeze, Roland quickly shouts, Rowan, put away Soul Rain. Knowing her talent is weird, Rowan panics and quickly puts it away. I smile brightly and reassure her it is fine. This cannot affect me. I glance at the point recorder. Only 120 points so far? Way too slow. To level up fast, I need first place to secure top academy resources. Both my Silver Moth and Shadow need massive amounts of materials to grow. With that goal, I focus my energy. An epic demon wolf bursts from bright white light. its terrifying howl completely echoing throughout the giant canyon. Seeing Shadow for the first time, Rowan shrinks back behind me. Go, Shadow! Destroy every monster here. On my command, Shadow's eyes turn wild. He instantly vanishes, charging super deep into the dark, rocky canyon. Soon, my wrist recorder starts loudly beeping with crazy rising scores. I take another path to farm points from both sides. Far away, a young woman crashes dark red lightning down upon a massive monster horde. When it hits, the ground shatters across a 100-meter radius. Dark red lightning explodes, totally annihilating every single beast in its path. The young woman looks completely bored and hungry. This trash is not worth fighting. Seeing Scarlet go totally wild, Leia looks helpless. Suddenly, an intensely chilling, scorching hot aura sweeps past. Before she even reacts, Scarlet's burning eyes erupt with pure battle intent. Violent red lightning surges, wrapping tightly around her black spear. She stares right at the charging black flame wolf, and meets its terrifying vertical pupils. Fear hits her, but Scarlet's gorgeous face quickly twists into pure madness. She charges straight toward the massive giant wolf. Watching her fearless sister rush in, Leia moves perfectly, layering on multiple intense power buffs and protective wards. With those epic buffs, Scarlet's power doubles. She could easily fight against a scary third-class advancement boss. When both sides finally collide, the insane force kicks up a giant shock wave blasting in every direction. We knew it. Seeing that golden, glowing, totally unharmed wolf, her cocky face freezes. Stick with me here. Shadow stares coldly at the foolish human who dared attack him. Then, boom. His dark claw swings, easily, smashing 3 heavy magic shields into tiny pieces. Scarlet gets blasted backward. Yala looks completely panicked now. She desperately claps her hands together and a massive sacred figure slowly appears. I call upon you right now. 6. Saint Guardian Angel. Triple S talent. Angel Grace activates. A brilliant golden shield completely surrounds the sisters. Scarlet screams to retreat, but Shadow casually steps up, raises his glowing black claw, and absolutely obliterates their perfect golden shield in 1 second flat. He shoots them a freezing glare, then just walks right past them, ignoring them entirely. Outside, total silence hits. Every instructor, even the headmaster, is totally speechless. Is this really the power of a brand new summoner? Absolutely terrifying. This insane strength completely skips second-class advancement. Witnessing this totally ridiculous combat power, one thought hits everyone. He is an unmatched, monstrous prodigy of our entire generation. Looking at a smiling Mr. Finch, Miss Quinn shakes. He actually won that absolutely impossible gamble today. Now, pay close attention here. Over 10 straight hours, Shadow completely destroys tens of thousands of monsters, taking out 3 third-tier bosses. Only 1,300 points until his evolution. That is half a day of work, but things get tougher. Roland and Rowan are hyped. They have never leveled up so easily in their lives. I just smile at the device. My insane score hit 30,000 points. Shadow finishes his massive sweep, and I heal him. The dungeon timer finally runs out. A blinding white light grabs us, sending us straight to Skillock Plaza. Countless shocked eyes stare at me. Lots of students look totally wrecked, especially Damon, smashing the floor in pure shame. Even going all out, a single black wolf casually swatted him down. Let me announce the rankings. First place, Ethan, 34,500. Hearing this, Damon totally freezes up. He quickly checks the giant holographic screen. My score is sitting at number 1, leaving absolutely everyone else in the dust. No way. Damon thinks the whole system is broken and refuses it. You saw that coming, right? Nobody believes it. How did everyone else score so ridiculously low? Even the absolute top-tier guys. Seeing their total confusion, the secretary speaks up. That black wolf is Ethan's summon. You all tried to stop it, but got critically injured with just one simple swipe. Everyone in the crowd looks totally mind blown. The freshman tournament is officially over. Your sweet credit rewards are sent out. Dismissed. Back at our dorm, push the door open. Damon looks really awkward, hesitating a second before taking a deep breath. Your stuff got here earlier today. They said it is the second material batch. Since you were out, I just put it inside. Awesome, thank you. No problem. Back inside my bedroom, I pop open the crate. It holds even crazier rare metals than the first batch. Once the silver moth absorbs enough, even Shadow will fail to break its defense. Plus, it finally unlocks wild new special properties. Soon, it will become way more than invincible defense. Its attack power will be totally insane. I refuse to be a weak summoner, because that makes me a massive target. Those enemies could easily wipe me out. 10 minutes later, every single piece of metal fuses perfectly. It easily blocks third-class level attacks now, weighing 13 whole tons. Combine that with our massive shared strength boost. One punch would totally wreck the solid floor. Right then, my 50,000 reward credits arrive. After thinking about it, I blow all the money on some epic fruit resources. When the packages arrive, I toss everything out, call Shadow, and feed him. Immediately, hot energy powers up my own body, while Shadow just keeps getting bigger. In minutes, he hits 40 meters tall. Becoming a summoner swordsman gives me 5 extra strength points per level. I took the summoner class from a weak backline magic user and totally turned it into a pure, unstoppable frontline brawler. Today is the first official school day. Luckily, all 4 of us guys landed in class 1. Walking over, see Roland and Rowan, who also made class 1. When we step inside, everybody quickly turns around. They are still completely shook that I crushed everyone with one pet. That never happens here. Right then, 2 absolutely gorgeous twins walk inside. Scarlett and Leia look around, then take the seats right in front of me. Suddenly, tall Mr. Finch strolls into the room, stares down everyone in the class, and speaks up. I am Mr. Finch. I'm your new homeroom teacher. Just do not bring me any drama, because I am lazy. Then his expression gets deadly serious. You and I both know you prodigies worked insanely hard to get these elite academy resources. Sadly, the aliens spent decades plotting against us, and their lead just keeps getting bigger. Stick with me. The enemy is about to completely crush their defenses, leaving everyone in pure shock. Society seems to be running fine right now. Pop culture is booming, and the news claims everything is great. No bad news online at all. It feels totally peaceful, yet they are told absolute disaster is coming. Seeing their sheer panic, Mr. Finch slowly speaks up. Doesn't it seem super weird that you never spot anyone above 5th class advancement in normal, everyday life? Even the military troops guarding entire provinces only reach 4th class advancement at best. The students really think about it. Honestly, he is absolutely right. Technically, 5th class advancement should just be standard strength. Not super common, but definitely not so rare that you literally never see them online or on the streets. Suddenly, an absolutely terrifying thought hits them all. Grads from elite academies are at least 4th class, and most charge straight to the front lines. Their ultimate sacrifice is what keeps normal people totally safe. Mr. Finch continues. Obviously, news that would spark massive panic is completely banned by every nation. That is exactly why regular folks have zero clue this is happening. The real problem right now? The mutant beast numbers are exploding out of control. If they cannot hold them back, the aliens will notice and launch their massive full-scale assault. Way too early. Mr. Finch scans the nervous students. So, the moment has finally arrived for us to fight. Every single academy is sending their top students to military bases to wipe out the beasts. Whoever is brave enough to volunteer, please stand up right now. Now watch closely. Instantly, the entire classroom erupts as chairs get shoved back. Our guy does not hesitate for a second. Roland and Rowan quickly stand up too. Clashing with mutant beasts was basically destined anyway. The timeline just moved up. Slowly, only half the class is left sitting down. Mr. Finch just smirks. Getting half the class to volunteer is huge. Everyone heading out, let us go. Time to hit the military base. Wait, do we have to go too? Yeah. Every student here ranks in the top 100 of the entire freshman year. You are all top-tier prospects. You are going. He waited to say this because the military is marking volunteers as absolute priority candidates for the future. But if you are seriously too scared, there is another choice. Just leave Skygate Academy. Half of the hesitating students immediately stand. Mr. Finch marches them out of Skygate Academy. Dozens of heavy military trucks are parked outside, flanked by seriously intense soldiers. As the students climb aboard, the usually packed academy goes completely silent. Inside the truck, Mr. Finch grabs a mission file and speaks. They are heading to Hangduan Military Base, 900 kilometers from Midsky City. Beyond it lies the 100 Lotus Mountains, spanning hundreds of thousands of kilometers. Heaven's vision just scanned tens of thousands of level 30 mutant beasts purely on the outer edge. Go deeper, and level 40 or 50 beasts are everywhere. You guys only need to clean out the outer edge. For a really long time, the front lines basically used pure tech to fight terrible odds, barely surviving the endless enemy waves. We both know the truth. Their attacks recently became insanely savage. Day and night, they smash into the defense line from literally everywhere, so the actual front lines cannot spare anyone to help with this cleanup. After roughly 8 or 9 hours, the huge trucks finally break. The massive steel doors swing wide. Soldiers totally decked out in black combat gear line up, clearly expecting them. They salute together, and the students instantly drop their super casual attitudes. Everyone follow me to the mission counter. Walking there, the kids gaze around. The military base is absolutely massive, loaded with heavy gun turrets. Pretty soon, they hit the mission counter, where a female soldier passes out. Sleek, black smart wristbands. They look exactly like the Academy trial recorders, but loaded with map features, mission logs, and a big panic button. One tap alerts the base, and they immediately dispatch a rapid rescue team. Anyone standing nearby gets the same alert and can rush over. The smart wristband rings out. Welcome to Arya. Glad to help. For this massive cleanup run, every student has to finish at least one daily mission. It looks like you still need to hit today's quota. Get a mission at the counter immediately. Our guy steps up to the glowing screen packed with tasks and quickly looks. Better to play it cool and grab standard third-class advancement quests. But suddenly, he completely feels someone staring him down. Turning around, he spots Roland and Rowan right there. They tagged along the whole time, giving him total puppy eyes. With their current levels, the wild is going to be brutal. He smirks. I will absolutely see this through. They nod super fast, looking incredibly thankful. Watching all of this, Felix, who totally wanted to team up with Rowan, completely freezes. He is clearly bitter. Out in the wild, anything goes. Trust me, you and I are going to want to see what happens next. Stick with me here. Logan just glares at him, grabs a support classmate, and quickly leaves. He tells Caleb they are hidden combat classes, so stop acting scared and go find a solid team to join. If things get bad, press the rescue button. We will save you if we are close. Suddenly, Felix senses pure danger everywhere around them. I quickly select 3 epic missions, starting with the Berserk Black Ape, a Twin Fang Tiger, and a Red Scale Crocodile, all 200 kilometers out. Array Masters use modified observation drones to scan the entire map and track these giant mutant beasts. These giant beasts are incredibly territorial and almost never leave their own nests. Every single base goes all out to prepare for this cleanup, keeping things safe so students can hunt without putting their own lives on the line. Before leaving, everyone gets 3 high explosive grenades and a powerful pistol packing 7 armor-piercing bullets. That gear can easily injure a level 20 beast. My aim is absolute trash, so I just grabbed the 3 grenades. Honestly, my bare fists hit way harder than those armor-piercing rounds. Anyway, I turn around and lead the guys outside. We immediately drive straight toward the 100 Lotus Mountains. I instantly shift the silver moth into armor form. My smart wristband chimes in. Do you want Arya to activate the bright flashlight? Yes. Boom. Bright white light suddenly floods 10 meters in every direction. Meanwhile, back at the command center, everyone looks completely stressed out. Now watch closely. Through a drone, they see our route is completely wrong. That zone belongs to mutant beasts above level 30. Why are they still going? Someone quickly check the exact missions those crazy kids accepted. The lady at the console types furiously and gasps in pure shock. They want to defeat a level 33 ape, a level 36 tiger, and a level 39 crocodile. Those targets need a third-class advancement, and that last one borders on fourth-class difficulty. Are they totally crazy? Commander Yang rubs his forehead. That kid is Skygate Academy's absolute strongest freshman this year. He is barely level 16. How could he possibly take missions to entire advancement tiers higher? That is pure madness. But prodigies like him, who step up knowing the massive risks, are never just left behind. Even if he acts totally reckless, we cannot ignore him. He immediately shouts an order. 4 armed helicopters rush toward the zone, totally prepared to launch a rescue the second things go wrong. Commander Yang lets out a heavy sigh. Compared to the others, Hand 1 base might end up falling behind. Suddenly, my smart wristband rings loud. Warning, you just stepped into the target Berserk Black Ape territory. The second that alert finishes, a massive python explodes through the bushes and strikes. This thing is a solid 4 meters thick and dozens of meters long. It reveals razor-sharp fangs and snaps right at me, its enormous mouth trying to swallow me whole. I dodge instantly, grabbing those fangs with both hands and yanking hard using my insane 13-ton superhuman strength. The giant python fangs snap off instantly. Energy blasts out as blinding pain forces the beast to recoil. But I absolutely refuse to give it any room to breathe. The earth literally crumbles beneath my boots as I dash forward. Boom! One single punch completely shatters its spine, making the beast shriek loudly. Those icy serpent eyes are now filled with absolute terror. It tries escaping, but I wrap my arms around the beast and drag it back. The giant snake thrashes around in pure panic, destroying the ground, but it changes nothing. My fist slams straight into its massive head. A massive shockwave erupts as its heavy skull completely caves in. I grab the beast's lower jaw with both hands and force it wide open. This insane display leaves Roland and Rowan visibly trembling. You and I both know that was absolutely wild. Meanwhile, the command center watches this and falls completely silent. Stunned. A level 16 kid just obliterated a level 29 python. What kind of monster is this guy? Commander Yang lowers his head, reading the student file in his hands over and over again. The file says his class is Summoner. Suddenly, an epic roar bursts through the screen, shaking the room. Everyone looks incredibly serious now. A 50-meter tall ape with insanely bulging muscles leaps down from the mountain. Woken by the noise, it charges over in pure fury. This is bad. The Berserk Black Ape. How is it already level 34? These mutant beasts literally transform every 10 levels, meaning this absolute unit could smash that giant python in just a few punches. Commander Yang shakes his head, looking grim. In all human history, very few fighters could ever bridge such an insane combat power gap. He grips the radio tightly, completely ready to send 4 armed helicopters in the second things start looking bad. Before I even grab my loot, a gigantic black shadow with a deep red, terrifying face leaps down from above. The giant ape clasps its hands into a massive fist and smashes down. I do not even flinch. I draw my back saber and swing hard, clashing directly against its rock-hard fist. A huge shockwave blasts outward. I stand completely unharmed. The silver moth absorbs all the damage. That is where we leave it. The ape roars, its body swelling to 17 meters. Alright, stick with me here. The beast slams its massive palm down, but I instantly appear right above its head. Blink step activates. My heavy saber strikes. This movement skill was originally meant for escaping, but now, I use it to strike. The terrifying attack flashes like silver light, hitting the back of the ape's skull. But wait, It only leaves a shallow half-meter mark. Howling in pure agony, the massive ape spins around, swinging wildly with both heavy palms. Too slow. I dodge every single hit. I close the distance and slash that exact same spot, over and over again. Furious, the giant ape immediately raises its foot, stomping down hard. The earth completely shakes. Dust kicks up everywhere, but I am already over 10 meters away. Looks like 13 tons of pure weight and sharpness. Still cannot seriously injure this monster. This is my limit. No more delaying. Suddenly, a magical sword, hovering between real and unreal, completely materializes in my hand. Its glowing blade features countless indecipherable white runes, totally mysterious and profound. My mental energy completely drains in an instant. My head spins wildly. I slowly raise my hand. The giant ape's hair stands on end. A massive shudder runs through its mind. Something completely invisible is threatening it. The giant ape lunges forward, desperate to end this fight quickly, but my hand simply swings down. The spell sword instantly cleaves through its entire body. Zero warning. The massive frame suddenly crashes straight to the ground. Wind completely sweeps the dust away. Its body remains, but its mind is totally shattered. I defeated it instantly in one strike. I slowly withdraw the spell. Sword. Luckily, the berserk black ape's aura was so fierce that nearby mutant beasts didn't dare approach. The entire epic battle ended so fast. Seeing this outcome, the armed helicopters far away slowly turn and fly off. The entire command center is totally silent. You saw that too, right? Everyone stares at the screen, totally speechless. Commander Yang thinks for a second and quickly realizes this must be a mental trauma skill. Techniques exactly like that are incredibly rare, but what truly blows his mind is my own terrifying combat power. I actually leaped an 18-level gap and tanked that berserk ape completely unharmed. Here is the crazy thing. This isn't just a temporary burst technique. It actually looks like my baseline strength. That is the most terrifying part. Those overpowered monsters who leap a tier to defeat enemies always rely on a burst or an ultimate skill, never a constant baseline state. Though both create major power gaps, the actual difference is absolutely enormous. If I can sustain the state continuously with 2-tier combat power, I would literally become a walking nightmare for the alien race out there. Thinking about this, Commander Yang's heart races, overjoyed. He strides right out of the command center, entering a small hidden room, shutting the door. He activates layers of concealment arrays, carefully pulling out a secure communicator. After half an hour, a weak voice replies, "I am heavily injured. My energy is completely fading." There is total silence for a moment. Zane, exactly how strong is Shanu? At the same level, even the two of us together would easily get absolutely crushed into the ground. Commander Yang's voice sounds super heavy. The voice on the other end responds immediately. That is absolutely incredible. I doubt humanity can protect him. Just wait for the alien race to completely target and eliminate him. He could crush me single-handed, but against you, Zane, it is hard to say. Fine, I will discuss this with the other thrones. Meanwhile, Roland stares at the ape's fallen form. His face flushes with pure excitement. I know what you're thinking. Ethan didn't even need Shadow against a higher-tier beast. Unbelievable. I just smile. With just a thought, I summon the 40-meter-tall Shadow, letting him absorb the two fallen beasts. The evolution points climb by 0.2, still far from 1200. After a quick thought, I toss every single life crystal harvested from earlier battles straight into the glowing, pitch-black flame. On average, each crystal provides at least one drop. My eyes instantly brighten. So, this is the real fast track for scoring evolution points. I lead the two of them deeper inside. Half an hour later, a 30-meter giant tiger with incredibly long, sharp fangs lunges out. Before it even attacks, Shadow's vertical pupils flash. Under the Intimidate skill, the tiger completely freezes. The ground literally explodes, and Shadow appears right before the tiger. In a flash, a massive claw whips out, and that terrifying force sends it flying. Under the heavy recoil, The tiger crashes through several towering trees. 4 hideous gashes open across its giant face, crimson liquid pouring out. Before it can even recover from the sheer agony, Shadow is already standing right there. In barely 10 seconds, the tiger is totally consumed by pitch-black flames. That brutal, overwhelming sight deeply unnerves everyone in the secure command center. Those vertical pupils, even through a screen, send serious chills down their spines, as if total destruction waits in the next instant. Commander Yang gives a wry smile, struck by the feeling that this new generation is truly surpassing the old. The 3 of us and the giant beast push forward through the mountains. An hour later, we are deep inside level 30 plus mutant territory. With Shadow's strong intimidate aura, no mutant beast even dares to approach. A ruby-scaled, 100-meter crocodile opens its crimson vertical pupils. And that's where we leave it, trust me. You will want to see what happens next. Stick with me here. Shadow bares his fangs, exploding with pure terrifying energy. The crocodile feels it instantly. Shadow's size just completely skyrockets, hitting almost 300 meters. A presence way more intimidating than his scaly opponent. Furious, the gator charges, shaking the very ground. Pitch-black flames violently erupt all over Shadow's massive body, his dark glowing claws ready up. Meanwhile, a brilliant golden light radiates from his fur, proving his defense is an absolute wall. Opening its colossal jaws, the beast bites down. Those razor-sharp teeth just bounce off the golden light. The jaws get stuck. Shadow just watches coldly, raises one giant claw, and slams it straight down. Countless scarlet scales rip off in a total flash. The monster gets absolutely shredded to pieces. Roaring savagely, the beast swings its massive tail. Red energy spins with terrifying force, whipping a fierce gale straight toward Shadow. 4 massive trenches are carved deep into the dirt. Shadow uses absolutely everything to barely brace himself. Now watch closely. The gator lunges, biting Shadow and violently dragging him into the huge lake. A colossal splash erupts. The 2 giants absolutely throw down underwater, kicking up mud. Yet Shadow's pitch-black flames do not flicker even for a single second. The water just gets insanely hot. Even with its home turf advantage, the crocodile is completely overwhelmed. Going all out with its crimson light talent, the beast still cannot deal a single ounce of damage. In minutes, the entire lake drops by nearly half its volume. Then boom! The water surface violently explodes. A gigantic black wolf bursts right out. At almost 300 meters, his sheer presence is entirely overwhelming. Rocking a savage aura, he makes everyone tremble. Even knowing Shadow is friendly, Roland and Rowan are visibly shaking in pure fear. The command center watching the screens feels exactly the same. And the crocodile? Absolutely erased from existence. Arya speaks from the wristband. Missions complete. You may return to the base counter to submit them. The 3 of us get back to Hangduan base around 1 in the morning. I march straight up and hand my missions to the counter clerk. You actually finished these? Yep, that is 200 points total. Since you operated together, how are we splitting this? I check Arya's recordings. Following her ratio, transfer their points. I glance over at Roland and Rowan. They offered 0 help, and they cannot even train themselves right. Time to find them a totally different team. Right after I leave, text suddenly flashes across the counter's massive screen. Skygate Academy first year level 16 summoner. Contribution score 100, ranking 1245. And not just at Hangduan, that message pops up at every base hosting academies. You and I know he's overpowered, but the other students are stunned. Who gets 100 points instantly? He definitely cleared 2 third-class advancement missions. I am a freshman too, and my score is still single digits. Honestly, same. I only dare touch the first-class missions. These mutant creatures are just way too fierce. Even with the level advantage, I get totally wrecked. Level 16 getting 100 points? How? Most seniors only have a couple dozen points, and barely any rookies ever reach the double digits. Everyone is freaking out because a level 16 rookie just skipped to full tiers. he successfully took down 2 massive mutant beasts that were way above level 30. Over at Roxiang Base, Mr. Ferris is planning how to obliterate a level 60 beast on the rim. Suddenly spotting that name on the leaderboard, he freezes. No way. Hearing his shout, several instructors quickly look. Hey, Ferris, do you actually know this kid? A freshman scoring 100 points on day 1 is wild. Seems excessive, right? That is the crazy recruit I warned you about. Mr. Finch snatched him up, otherwise he would be ruling our campus at Northrend. The instructors instantly realize who he means. That legendary prodigy. But one of them just shakes his head. Honestly, a powerful senior must have carried him. On his own, grabbing 100 points in a single run is physically impossible. Very true. And honestly, that kind of carrying is wrong. Aside from stopping outbreaks, this event is about actual training. Times are tough, so building genuine strength is the goal. Chasing pure ranks is totally pointless. Mr. Ferris lets out a heavy sigh. He really had high hopes. Defeating this level 33 armored lizard took some serious effort, Xander says calmly. Mr. Ferris twitches, completely impressed. Crushing a level 33 monster while only level 17? These prodigies are insane. Do not worry at all, sir. This might be the ultimate prodigy tournament year, but I am totally unmatched. I will wreck every rival and claim the absolute top spot for humanity. Xander proudly glances over, seeing every instructor quietly covering their faces in total silence. I know you're waiting for his reaction. Spotting that name, his face completely freezes. He cannot believe it. Stick with me here. Absolutely impossible. Who could be fiercer than me? Even with that armored lizard taken down, it doesn't compare. Xander questions absolutely everything, while Mr. Ferris just sighs helplessly. We literally just discussed this. A senior probably carried him, so do not worry about it. Got it. I am heading out. Hearing this, Xander instantly relaxes. Thrilled about finishing his second-class advancement mission, he hastily rushes over to say his goodbyes. Then he boldly marches into the wild mountains, already swallowed by shadows. Meanwhile, I head back to the dorm, grab some barbecue with my friends, and place Roland and Rowan on a team. I grab 2 hard difficulty missions needing 4th class advancement. The exact moment I enter the mountains, the female officer calls for Commander Yang. He just accepted a 4th class advancement, a level 10 hard difficulty mission. Hearing this crazy news, Commander Yang takes a sharp breath. Skipping 2 tiers was not enough. This kid wants to leap 3. 4th class advancement matches the level 40 watershed. Even if our armed helicopters fired absolutely every single round, they could not scratch a level 40 beast. Alert the Skygate instructors and have someone follow him. I am worried about Ethan. The message buzzes through the smart wristbands to the 3 Skygate instructors at Hangduan Base. After getting the alert, they chat briefly and finally send Miss Quinn. The second Ethan hits that rescue button, backup will arrive immediately. Meanwhile, tearing past countless trees and vines, a massive black wolf rushes ahead. About an hour later, we arrive at the target. Now pay attention. A massive level 44 3-headed serpent hisses wildly. I slowly extend my hand. A mysterious, glowing sword over a meter long suddenly appears. As I slowly raise and swing my hand, the 3-headed serpent's eyes flicker. It senses its total doom. The very next second, the left head lets out a piercing shriek and collapses limply onto the rocks. The other 2 heads nudge it a few times, find absolutely no response, and start panicking. I command Shadow to strike. On cue, Shadow roars loudly. His massive body surges to nearly 300 meters, pitch black flames erupting everywhere. Feeling this terrifying aura, the 3-headed serpent opens wide and blasts out purple venom. Shadow tanks it straight on, jaws completely wide open, clamping onto the middle head and slamming it down, rolling around violently. Seeing its ally brutally ripped apart, the final head roars, bares its sharp fangs, and bites right through the golden light into Shadow. Toxic venom floods his body and organs instantly, but the mighty Titan form allows Shadow to resist the poison. Dark light flares on his claws, and he violently smacks the biting serpent head away. At that exact moment, I draw the sky sword. My figure instantly vanishes and reappears right in front of the giant serpent's eye. The glowing sky sword plunges deep into the eye. In pure agony, the head shrieks. Simultaneously, a claw blazing with pitch-black fire swings down, slamming it into the dirt. But wait, its 30-meter-thick tail kicks up a massive roaring gale and viciously lashes right toward me. I raise my saber to block, but my body gets sent flying like a total missile, crashing into the ground. Seeing this happen, Shadow flies into an absolute rage. His dark glowing claw tears the air with savage force. Those tough scales tear just like paper, leaving a hideous meters-long gash. Shadow whips his giant head around and chomps down on the remaining neck, ripping wildly to completely tear it clean off. The 200-meter beasts brawl wildly. Dirt explodes. Giant trees collapse. I rise from the dust completely unharmed. The silver moth defense remains totally reliable as always. Let's pause for a second. While those two beasts grow more savage, I just sit on a nearby rock. Now, we simply wait for Shadow to finish this out. Not too far away, a tall woman in white battle armor silently approaches. I quickly grab my saber. Silver light flashes and I swing in a split second, but my face quickly turns to total surprise. Miss Quinn nods, looking startled. The saber's weight forces even her, a level 59 professional, to actually use some effort. Miss Quinn, what exactly brings you here today? Faced with my question, Miss Quinn calmly pulls back her trembling fingers and answers quite flatly. Just passing by, heard the noise, and came to look. Right then, a 30-meter snake head crashes straight down from the sky with a massive, thunderous boom. Dust rolls across the ruined earth, and a savage roar carries for miles. Shadow stands atop the three-headed serpent's remains. Pitch-black flames greedily consume it, quickly converting the beast into pure energy and evolution points. At over 300 meters, he looks like a calamity beast. Miss Quinn is visibly shaken. Even from this far away, the violent aura like it could consume everything makes her skin crawl. On the flip side, Commander Yang is so hyped. He really, actually did it. My goodness, how can his combat power be this incredibly absurd? I bet he is even stronger than that Triple S talent. Prodigy. Countless flickering tongues of pitch-black flame drift through the air, merging smoothly into Shadow's huge body. So what do we make of this? He shrinks rapidly and rests beside me. Miss Quinn checks in, saying, "Stay safe," and leaves. Let's dive in. I check the map, hop onto Shadow, and we are off again. Eating that huge three-headed serpent and its crystal adds another meter to Shadow, plus 10 evolution points. At this wild pace, Shadow evolves again in 4 or 5 days. His life tier will hit the high realm. All his talents will hit a grade, and his combat power, it will become completely unbelievable. Suddenly, a massive earthquake erupts nearby. A roaring bull charges right at us, completely covered in thick, hard, yellow scales. Two 30-meter horns gleam as the ground completely cracks under its hooves. Mission Target 2. The level 45 Antler Bull. I instantly cast Empower, and Shadow lets out a roar. His huge body surges. Pitch-black flames and golden light flare up at once. Full combat mode activated. Bam! The Antler Bull slams its horns. Shadow raises both giant paws to block the strike. The crazy impact shoves Shadow backwards, smashing him straight through massive stone pillars. These two giant beasts clash across thousands of meters instantly. The camera drone scrambles to keep up. At base, Commander Yang screams to warn all students to evacuate the path. Ethan's giant summon does not hold back. The officer acts fast. Meanwhile, Shadow extends his claws, glowing with intense black light. He surges with epic force, flipping the bull over. The massive beast slams down, kicking up dust. 5 students who just sprinted hundreds of meters away look back, totally stunned. So this is exactly why Command warned us to clear out fast. Good thing we ran, or we would be gone. Wait, one is level 45, but the other is 16? Watch closely. Are you saying that beast is level 16? The 5 share, totally shocked. Looks. A female instructor nearby senses the massive disturbance and rushes over. But Miss Quinn suddenly appears, silently blocking her path. Do not bother going there. That wild summon belongs to a skygate. First year of mine. Hearing this, the instructor freezes, completely stunned. A first year? You are joking, right? Seeing her shock, Miss Quinn simply smirks just a tiny bit. She proudly states, he is exceptional this year. The female instructor stares totally blankly. Exceptional. That is a prodigy. A first year with 4th class advancement. Combat power. I have never heard of this. Is this the top tier of Skygate? Is he your student? Miss Quinn stiffens. She coughs gently. He and Mr. Finch are childhood friends. His student is my student. Makes total sense. The instructor looks super envious. Half an hour later, Shadow finishes eating that massive antler bowl. His fierce gaze sweeps the empty area, finds no master, and he instantly turns to race back. Soon, he spots me running from a 50-meter toad. He flies into pure rage, charging in instantly. You saw that coming, right? One scary strike deletes the level 36 beast. I sigh, restore, and rest. Half an hour passes. We set off again, hunting level 40 plus beasts everywhere. Missions complete, but I completely skip returning to submit them. That round trip simply takes too long. I will gladly lose those points. Evolving Shadow super fast is my real priority, getting to level 20, and entering Rebirth Dungeon. Knowing humanity is in deep trouble gave me an unstoppable, crazy sense of urgency. Late at night, epic roars echo. Shadow is wrapped in a completely terrifying aura. 2 level 42 beasts lie defeated. Pitch black flames consume their bodies, merging all that sweet energy right into Shadow. I am panting heavily, mental energy completely drained. I cannot even sustain my restore. Mind weakened, stamina at 0, body totally numb. I actually just blocked another mutant beast for Shadow with my own body. Nearly crushed, but the awesome haul was worth it. In just one day, I defeated 15 level 40 plus beasts. Shadow just grew to 58 meters. All stats rose by 58, and stamina broke 300. We could absolutely crush that giant antler bull in 10 minutes now. Those 2 level 42 beasts got completely steamrolled. Evolution points rose by 195. Just 1020 left until full evolution. Back at base, everyone finally breathes. The officer swallows hard, calling his crazy power absolutely terrifying. 15 level 40 beasts in one day? That converts to way over 2,000 contribution points. Hearing this, everyone looks completely awestruck. The highest score at base was only 700, set by Jensen, the Skygate 4th year, and the Eastern Domain top scorer. So what do we think? The officer starts checking the other bases. Let's dive in. At Roxiang base, home to Northern and other top academies, the highest student score hits 1,000. South Cloud Academy trails at 890, with Azure Heaven hitting 850. This massive beast cleanup mission features over 100 academies spread across more than 10 military bases. They kick things off by clearing the biggest mountain ranges swarming with beasts, then systematically sweeping through all the surrounding regions. The whole operation takes months until the cities are completely safe. But seriously, how did this massive score gap even happen here? You're gonna want to watch this. Commander Yang frowns, staring at that insane top score, and Roxiang base pulling ahead. The officer quickly explains that Northern Academy dominates the yearly evaluations, making it the ultimate dream school for top applicants. Plus, it is Prodigy Tournament year, so absolute geniuses are appearing everywhere. The competition here is incredibly fierce. Every single fighter is pushing their absolute limits to stay ahead, which is honestly a fantastic thing, because the faster they clear everything out, the sooner they can rescue the other bases lagging behind. So what do we think? Outside the 5 elite bases, the 13 others